I always wanted to ask Draymond about getting thrown out in 2016 of Game 4 of the finals, suspended for Game 5 of the finals, because he very audibly during Game 4 called LeBron James a and then he went to the other end and tangled with LeBron and managed to kick him in the man region, just as he had kicked Steven Adams in the man region in a previous game in those playoffs. And he got suspended, and his team death spiraled down, and blew a 3-1 lead. I thought Draymond was actually great in Game 7 at home, but Steph was not great. So as Shannon Sharp always reminds me on Undisputed, Draymond was the one who fled into the parking lot after that Game 7 loss and called one Kevin Durant via cell phone. Can you please come save us? That's the way Shannon characterized it. And then, of all things to happen, I look up a month later, and somehow Draymond has become business partners with LeBron on Uninterrupted. I'm pretty sure that happened. So wait a second. One man called the other man a that's a bridge burner, at least in my world. And suddenly they're business partners because LeBron likes to keep his friends close and his enemies closer. And I don't know if you'd say that Draymond sold out, but suddenly he was business partners with the guy who had come historically down from 3-1 to vanquish him and his team. By the way, Draymond, I would also like to ask about the final straw in Kevin Durant's tenure with Golden State when, in a game versus the Clippers at Staples, the old Staples Center, the previously named Staples Center, they got into it about who was going to bring the ball up, child stuff, but Draymond did it again. He called Kevin Durant the B word, as in, and that was the beginning of the end of Kevin as a Golden State Warrior. I'd like to ask about that. And then the next thing I know, they're at the Olympics together and they're besties. I don't know how this happens, but it's today's NBA, I guess. So Draymond, please come in and sit down with me and Shannon on Undisputed. You can have all the time you want. You can have 2.5 hours. You can set the record straight. You can destroy me. You can destroy us. Please, Draymond, please. I would love to ask Mr. New Media about what Steven Jackson, our analyst, said about Draymond on our show Undisputed after Game 3 of these finals that we just witnessed. Game 3 at Boston, Draymond played 35 minutes, had more fouls, 6, than he had points, 2, or assists, 3. 6 fouls, 2 points, 3 assists. Steven Jackson actually played in the NBA. He played at a high level, 14 years worth. He won a ring with my San Antonio Spurs. And you know what he said? He said that Steve Kerr, after Game 3, should bench Draymond Green. Is Steven Jackson part of the new media? I don't know. That's what he said. Period. End of quote. On Undisputed. Bench Draymond. Said Draymond had become an offensive liability who was no longer carrying his weight on the defensive end. Steven Jackson pretty much destroyed you, Draymond, on Undisputed. So if you'd like to come in and try to destroy him, you would be welcome to try. I hope you enjoyed that video. You ready for more? Make sure you click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from the Skip Bayless Show. And don't forget to check out the full episode of the show wherever you get your podcasts by clicking the link in the description.